sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And we are underway here in London.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
A nice season individually last year, fourth straight year with over 4,400 yards passing. But the team missed the playoffs for the first time since 2022. He and the Lions expecting redemption this season.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A huge play there right off the bat. 65 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Goff now looks to throw. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Goff now to throw.
That's complete to the Porter.
Will go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now Goff.
Jahmyr Gibbs, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
Makes the score Lions 7.
So that drive, 4 plays.
And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense taking the field behind their second-year quarterback who showed plenty of promise in his rookie campaign, Tyler Shuck.
Coming out of Louisville, a lot of people had eyes on Tyler Shuck, who had been at 3 different schools and battled injuries throughout his collegiate career. But what we saw of him in the final 9 games as a starter last season lets everyone know that the Saints have found their starting quarterback.
It's a loss of a yard.
But that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Achane on the counter.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's 3rd and 6. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing, Shuck. There's a short one caught by Johnson. Now he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions go back to work as you get a peek at their offensive coordinator, Drew Petzing. His guys have the first half lead here as they try to find some ways to attack this defense. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 2. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And down he'll go at the 25. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. Oh, nice move. He did it again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
And he's taken down inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
The last thing I want to do is not give Amon-Ra St. Brown his due because he is one of the most consistent receivers in the league, but he's much more than that. Tough, gritty, competitive. His 3rd straight year last year with double-digit touchdowns for his Lions.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 2nd and goal from the 1. As they've got it as we resume action. Pacheco once more. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Saints, nothing.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
First and 10.
Saints set to go back to work. And you see their offensive coordinator, Doug Nussmeier. His guys trail here in this first half. And now they'll focus on trying to get some points on this upcoming drive.
Slot man moves right.
Here's Shuck. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. Shuck now to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck.
And that will be incomplete as well.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Here comes Dortch on the return.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over.
This offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
St. Brown in motion right.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Another run for Gibbs here.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Point after try forthcoming. And it is now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I'll overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Off the fake, now Shuck's going to throw. To the right side, he's got Vele. Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
18 more yards there and another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
3 scores down, not even at halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
To throw now, Shuck.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
On 3rd down, Achane.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So on is Charlie Smith for the Saints field goal.
It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Jameer Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Lions punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. With it is Brown.
Nice little juke. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Juwan Johnson, 44 yards. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Charlie Smith for the extra point.
It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. And Jameer Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be second down.
Second and 5.
Here's Goff.
That's to the tight end Laporta.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
And the Lions first down.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Here's Goff.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Goff.
Got St. Brown running the quick slant here.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Goff now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Goff throwing again.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jamison Williams hauling that one in from Jared Goff. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays.
And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So we stopped for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will remain an 18-point lead.
So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hansen. It is our EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott, take it away.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Back out to London in just a bit. Quickly, though, we want to run you through the first half highlights, and many of them were created by this man, Jahmyr Gibbs. His guys have the lead as we send you back across the Atlantic to London and rejoin Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, they need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Plug in a tape from college and you'll see Tyson's ability to be explosive and create excellent plays downfield. That's going to be so helpful for the young quarterback Tyler Shuck to grow as a pro with a receiver like Tyson.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This one taken in by Olave.
No gain on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. In motion, the tight end. Operating from the gun, here's Shuck. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
4th down.
Here's Ryan Wright now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Lions take over.
The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 9. Now it's Goff off the bootleg.
Open man here is Conklin. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
As the home team's offense makes their way back out, we show you the defensive coordinator for the visiting team. His guys have the lead, looking to finish strong, and that's been one of his mantras as they get ready to defend this next possession. The drive starts with a run from Achane.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line.
Jack Campbell running him down behind the line.
If these guys got to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Over the middle, he finds Vele.
Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. In motion right, Olave. Now Shuck. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
standing right on his own 5-yard line. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line.
The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Play action. It's gone. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Chase Young
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
Goss pass complete to number 87, Sam Laporta. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw, Goff.
That's complete to Laporta. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Gibbs straight ahead. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Shuck. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the gun, Shuck. The pass caught by Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
That's good.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Second down.
The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Catch made by Tyson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line.
And the Saints.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
At the 41-yard line.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Right back to Tyson. He's got another one.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Check again. Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
To throw now, Shuck.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Olave holds it in.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
At the 11-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Shuck.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
From the gun, Shuck.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Juwan Johnson.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Smith now for the extra point.
For the extra point.
And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Lions 28.
So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The visitors' offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Goff going to throw it. It's St. Brown. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.